See, there were people when I told, and there were people in hospitals. I would say there were people, there were patients, there were family members who, when I told that I wanted to do something for the burn patient, they told that, it's not possible for you to do. Uh, and it's a very big job. It's a very tough task to get money, and because there's so much of money involved, and how are you going to get the help to help others? That was the biggest question, right? Because I was completely new to the sector. I was like, I had done my apparel management, I was into garment industry, and all of a sudden this happened, and I was like, I was wanting to help people, burn patients, and I didn't know how to whom to approach in terms of getting the monetary help. That was the first challenge. uh, and then definitely the volunteers, the help, the manpower. Where do I get? I want to help someone who is in Delhi, I want to help someone who is in UP in a village, I want to help someone who is in Chennai. And how do I get so much of manpower, and that too without paying them, right? When you don't pay them, they are not obliged to do or complete the task. But yes, I would say there were a couple of people who were supportive, and I think like we were like five girls, who volunteers, I would say, who were with me initial, and till date they are there. And we managed sitting in Bangalore. I could get the surgery done in Lucknow, in Banaras, and in Chennai. And I just managed with the help of volunteers. uh, and yeah, things have been difficult till date. I do face challenges, but I keep traveling a lot from one city to another to get the birth camp done, get the surgeries done, for all sort of work. But yeah, it's part of what I do, part of who I am. And um, yeah, that keeps me going, and that keeps me motivated to keep going. There was no government help at all until date. uh, uh, Even we are still running here and there to get the compensation for acid attack survivors, which is so very difficult because every state in our country has different law against, and they'll set up a different criteria for getting the compensation which has been declared by the Supreme Court to be given to every acid attack survivor. And I must say that most of the survivors who are male, they haven't got any kind of compensation till date. And there are girls also, because the declaration was retrospective. Most of the girls who have been acid attacked before the judgment have also not received the compensation. So it was like, I won't say there has been any kind of government monetary support. But yes, certain state governments have been really helpful in terms of creating more awareness, regulating the sale of acid, and giving compensation to the acid attack survivors. uh, Funding has always been a problem, because see, any corporate is, especially the MNCs, they are always interested in providing funds for education, child education, for orphanage, for old age, but they are never interested in getting into any kind of medical treatment. right? So we don't have much of corporate support. We started with the help of our friends, our the philanthropist who had faith in me and my friends and volunteers. And I would say that we have done most of the surgeries with the help of philanthropist, and raising funds through small organizations as well. Our main way of the way we function is like, we don't ask people to give money to us. We tell them that you directly pay the hospital fees, whatever the hospital is charging, and we ask the hospital to give us the maximum discount which is possible, and that is only through when we work out the surgery cost, and how we see when the surgeon's charges are waived off, or are at minimum, when the anesthetics charges are waived off. So we have only the consumable charges, and that's how we are able to bring down the surgery cost of every surgery cost. 18 hospitals across the country where we get the surgeries done. We also do have tie up with government hospitals and doctors as well, because there are certain specialists who are only there in government hospitals. And these could happen only in those particular hospitals. So you know see, plastic surgery is a very vast area, and every reconstructive surgery is very, very different, and uh, uh, the specialists are there for every reconstructive surgeries. So now we know that if we want to get the ear reconstruction done, who are the best doctors in India? If we want to get rhinoplasty done, who are the best hospitals and doctors in India? And we are in touch with them. We get the surgeries frequently done with them. So we have an understanding that this is going to be the charge, and this is how we are going to bring down the surgery cost of it. And yeah, it all happens with mutual understanding, and I, a will to help these patients.